the only event extreme enough to put our name to. The Unlimited Dusi.
The final day of the Unlimited Dusi Canoe Marathon starting here on Inanda Dam, and after 61 years a change in tradition with the leading paddlers starting at the back of the field, which will make for some fascinating racing, particularly with just 3 minutes between the top 3 paddlers. But earlier in the morning, the real heroes of the Unlimited Dusi, the fish and chips if you like, all the big batches headed off on the dam.
Cool and overcast conditions at Inanda Dam. It was going to be a day of big water on the ride into Durban. Everybody geared up for the final stage.
Oh, is it? Right on you.
Fantastic, thank you.
Looking forward to today.
Looking forward today, 55 cubics, so it should be quite an easy paddle down river. Bloody big. I'm terrified.
You look very calm, or are you nervous?
Bit of both, I guess. No, very nervous.
And we were just discussing how many times we fell out. So that's what the discussion was all about.
Did you come up with a number?
I'm not going to put it on there, but almost double figures.
Should this not have been sorted out yesterday, maybe?
That's why we're here now. No, it's sorted out. He can't stop talking about paddling. That's all he wants to do. And he's got another 14 years, and then he can get in a boat with me. Yeah?
Question is, will you have that?
I'm not sure if I'll be able to do it, but yeah, I'm going for number 10 today, so hopefully I get to Durban, and hopefully in a few years' time with number 24, he'll be with me. Yeah?
What were you doing now?
Trying to get the elastic on the hooky, and it's not working very well.
I realized I had mud in my ear.
You did, I know. I thought it was about your makeup.
Mud is not part of the makeup.
The first batch is going off in the gloom at 6 a.m. and then the rest of the field heading off across Inanda Dam in this very unique reverse style start. Day 3, 36 kilometers into Durban.
Yeah, father and son, my 21st and his first one.
Looking forward to it. Gonna be a good day today.
What's your plan today?
I'll shoot everything. Gonna make use of the good water and go for it.
Shoot everything except for island and tops.
But I'm fine on portaging. It gives me a break from all the paddling.
The bottom of tops needles, I'm going to go right to the bottom. Shoot everything else, Little John will be fine.
We're going round, we're definitely not going over.
Stage 3 starts with 20 minutes across the flat waters of Inanda Dam, then down onto the clean and cold Umgeni, flowing at a healthy 45 cumex all the way to the sea. The batches getting off from the Mcinsi resort. It's a nice opportunity to settle into the boat and stretch those arms, loosen the muscles that are aching after 2 days of hard work on the rivers before you get round to the portage around the dam wall and then the technical challenges of the Umgeni. And for the back markers, there were plenty of questions waiting to be asked.
Well, this is the sharp end of end batch as they take out here at the Inanda Dam wall. They've had about a 20-minute pull from the start on day 3 of the Unlimited Dusi. Now the portage, short little climb and then down the road to Tops Needle, and the put in probably just below Tops Needle. There's plenty of water coming down the dam wall and of course a little light drizzle from overhead.
Well, just nice warm up across the dam and now in for a fun day.
Very good, hey? Looking forward to the big water, but nervous, but hopefully we'll have fun. It's a running race this year, big water.
Johnny's running shoes today because we're paddling.
Not many will be putting it above Tops Needle, that's for sure. There's so much water coming over the wall and they're running down here. The one thing they'll notice and be delighted with, heavily overcast, a light drizzle, very, very nice conditions for the day's paddle.
Tired from the first 2 days, but there's no rush today. We're just going to perfect the art of floating. Nice warm up across the dam. Good water yesterday. Good day, and for today ready.
Then the run down to the dam wall, Unati perfecting the art of delegating the workload.
Don't you love it when people shout at you from the side to run faster? And they're standing drinking coffee? It's like something doesn't add up.
Unsure about how much water was in the river, the organisers were encouraging the paddlers not to shoot the first rapid of the day, Tops Needle from the top. So for many that meant a walk through the bush to the put-in at Granny's pool.
Watching. Looking forward to the big water. I'm pretty tired across the dam after yesterday's missions, but looking forward to it. It's gonna be good to get down to Durban.
Well, after the short portage, it's in at Tops Needle. They're going in, some of them a little bit higher than others, but it's halfway down Tops Needle. It's pumping at the moment and heading down into the white water. It's exhilarating stuff here, and you've got to make your choices very, very carefully. Right, this is big decision time on the final day of the Unlimited Dusi Canoe Marathon. That was the takeout at the base of the Burma Road portage. You decide there to run, you've got a long climb over the top and down. It's safe, that is the one issue. Today though, many are deciding to paddle through and go round Burma Road. Little John's there, Graveyard Rapid, and of course Island Rapid. Plenty of pitfalls, but if you get through there clean, you can make up lots of time. It's a fascinating game of cat and mouse and decision making.
The start list for the final day was dramatically moulded by the events of the second stage. Sponelo Zondi sitting pretty after an emphatic performance on the medium to low first day, but everybody knew that just around the corner there was a heaving and full Umgani to contend with, Andy Burkett right on his tail. Zondi excelling in the big water at Washing Machine, many of the paddlers opting to sneak this one, and that's exactly what Andy Burkett is doing here. Losing precious seconds in the process, Robin Kime in the meantime was having a superb day on the river. For now, that is. That was all to change rather dramatically later. Abby Adey keeping her honest with steady pressure from her teammate from Team Best for Kayak Centre. Then the run over Ngomeni Hill, a crucial stage, and Sponelo Zondi using his fantastic prowess, running with the boat on his shoulder and going into Tombi and getting it right, getting chucked around like a cork in a sea. But watch Burkett here, this is where it all changed for the 3 times defending champion. Chucked out of his boat, and every effort he made to try and get back in ended in failure. Serious damage to his rudder, and he was always going to battle. Lance Kime here, gifted with a second place. Kime going into Hippo, no mistakes at all for the young 21-year-old. Now suddenly people are talking about a possible Kime surprise, but at the overnight stop it was Zondi all the way and the crowd loving it. As far as the women's race is concerned, Robin Kime bounces back from a scare at Hippo. She still has a handsome 15-minute lead. Time for the elite paddlers to gear up, and all of them wrestling with the brand new concept of the new reversed order start and an 11 a.m. off.
Yeah, it's unpredictable conditions out there. I think for me, I've probably still got to run over Burma. I think that's the safest. It'll probably be slightly slower than going around at this level, but it's more conservative. So I think that's the best thing for me to do.
Today I'm going to paddle around. I'm definitely not going over Burma, but yeah, I think just enjoy it and just try and make a top 50 today and keep my second place.
What have you occupied your mind this morning with?
Yeah, the big question on my mind this morning has been Burma over or paddle around. I mean, I've phoned a whole lot of people who have started in B-Batch this morning and have already paddled the section and run over. And I'm getting sort of mixed signals from everyone. Some people are saying no, that it's good to run over. Others are saying it's so fast paddling around, we've got good water. And then I speak to other people and they say no, the water's not as full as everyone is saying. So at the moment, haven't made a final decision. So that's definitely what's been occupying my mind this morning.
How are you going to approach today's race?
What I can say today, I will try to maintain my pace on the dam and on the portage. On the way down to Top Snake, I will try to put the hammer down to open those little seconds to the guys, and on the water, I'll try to keep it steady more focused and get to the Burma. That's where I'm going to try to open the more gap to the guys.
So an action-packed starting lineup. Sponello Zondi starting with the lead and all the pressure squarely on him. Plenty of cheering and support for him in the valley. Lance Kime just over a minute further back. He's a young man with everything to gain and possibly ready to throw caution to the wind. Into the mist and the drizzle and the nerves jangling. Plenty of interest. All the paddlers who finished their race now focusing their attention on what was happening back at the start at Inanda Dam. Lance Kime putting in a great paddle across the dam, and he's eating into that 1 minute deficit, not letting himself get too carried away. But you can see from the stroke rate that he means business and he wants to try and narrow that deficit before they get to the dam wall. And the same thing is happening with Hank McGregor, the double former world marathon champion, eating into Sponello Zondi's lead as they head to the takeout for the Inanda Dam Wall portage. This is a carefully rehearsed move. Doesn't want to waste any time. The boat doesn't stop moving. He turns it up and empties it while he's on the run. Martin Dreyer, multiple Dusi winner and the man in charge of the Change Your Life Academy that has produced not only Tulani and Bantua but Sponello Zondi and heaps of other talented paddlers right in there to assist him as well. Super fast on the portage down the hill. McGregor, all being assisted by teammates from Team Bestport Kayak Centre along with Lance Kime as they head down to the river. These three almost certain to attack Top's Needle from the top, and that's exactly what they did. Oh, this is really close. Lance Kime is caught right up to Sponello Zondi. There they are, taking different lines around the island. This might be a tactic by Kime to get to the front. He's going for a narrow reeded slot. Will it get him to the front? You can see him upping the stroke rate. He really wants to psychologically deal him a blow by trying to get in ahead of him, and he might just do that. The two come together in the main channel, and now it's Kime who's sitting in front, and he holds all the cards. Crucial move by Lance Kime, and Zondi for the first time beginning to wonder whether he's going to leak time on the Fulham-Gainey River. Not that he lacks confidence in the river. Here he is going through Umzanyati. Perfect whitewater skills from the man, but it's Kime who's in front. Just around the corner is the takeout for Burma Road. He wants to try and give himself as much of a buffer before they get to running the steep uphill. Lance Kime looking superbly comfortable in the boat. He spent plenty of time rehearsing this section of the river, and he doesn't want to put a mistake wrong. In fact, if there's one paddler who's been super consistent, it is Lance Kime. Now, here they go into side shoot, the narrow channel, the river having dropped slightly from the morning session, and then into the Burma Road takeout. And it's Kime in front, Zondi 20 seconds behind. Now, let the games begin, because this hill is going to be crucial to the outcome of this race. Zondi 20 seconds behind, and there goes Hank McGregor. No chance of him going over Burma Road. He's elected to paddle around. He goes under the bridge. You can see the spectators all cheering him on, and he prepares to go into Little John Rapid right around the corner. Hank, a superbly confident paddler. Just a few weeks before in the Best for Healthcare 50 miler, he used his skill on this section of river to run away with a handsome victory. He'll be looking to do that again, but this is all about clock watching. He has to do it in roughly 27-28 minutes to try and negate the advantage of a good runner going over Burma Road.
The mud now, that could happen at any stage of the race, but it doesn't suit a runner going over because it is going to be a little bit slippery, 30-40 seconds, a little bit slower. But you could use it to your advantage to the point that the very steep part at the top of Burma, where you'd normally have to power and every footstep is sort of big pressure on, now you're going to slip, so you've got to just use that as recovery. Go up there slowly, get the heart rate down, so when you hit the top you can actually go fast. Stand on all the little knobs of grass, pull on trees, hang on branches, get yourself up, and then it's just, you can get the view of Durban if you remember to have a peak. The heart rate goes up another 10 beats because you can feel the finish, smell it, taste it, and then it's just all downhill to Durban.
Meantime, all the stopwatches are running. Hank McGregor going around Burma, Lance Kime and Sponello Zondi going over the hill, and McGregor stroking his way. There are a couple of big rapids here. 5 Fingers is one of them. Safety marshals already checking out, rather novelly it seems, just what the water is like at Island 2. Suppers. Let's see if he can pull off the big wave. He's almost there. 3/4 there. Gets a little bit sideways. Impressive work by the safety marshals. Not quite. Failed. Sure, Hank McGregor will feel he's in safe hands now, but as they get to the top of the hill, it's Sponello Zondi who is running up the nicely cleared path going up Burma Road. Look at that, he's running all the way to the top, and a hugely popular figure in this particular part of the world. Lance Kime right behind him. Now, 2 years ago in the singles race, he leaked time in really dramatic fashion to Sibonelo Zondi over the portage. Meanwhile, Hank McGregor is entering Island 2. Now, this is going to make or break his challenge. He's hugging the line under the trees on the left, and here comes the big drop at 45 QMX. It's a fairly gnarly rapid. Wow, he gets hit in the chest, manages to stay in his boat, and sneaks away from the second hole. Good line from Hank McGregor. The race is now well and truly on. He emerges from the portage at Burma Road, everybody looking to see what he's done time-wise as he bolts down the tar road dragging his boat. It's fairly clear that Sibonelo Zondi has taken the lead and is putting in a chunk of time against Lance Kime. He's looking over his shoulder. There's no need to do so because nobody's in the near vicinity. Sibonelo Zondi puts in first. He's got nearly 2 minutes as he shoots the first pump house weir. He's almost certainly going to have to shoot the second pump house weir, and that's exactly what he does. He knows that 2 minutes is simply not enough to afford the luxury of walking around the pump house weir. Here he goes into the second pump house weir. It's relatively shallow and not a problem. He gets a paddle caught in the right. He's over. He's over. This is an incredible mistake. This is a move that's been rehearsed over and over again by this Change Your Life star, but you can see that right paddle was a little bit low in the water. The blade gets caught on the reverse and he gets flicked out. He needs to get this kayak to the side, but unfortunately there's a big rapid right below, and Lance Kime arrives to see a floundering Sibonelo Zondi just above the bridge at Pump House Rapid, and he has been gifted the lead with 10 kilometers to go. The rapid is huge. He bounds through the huge holes. All he has to do is stay in the boat, and he knows that all the problem areas are a thing of the past, and he could then put his ears back and try and race to Durban. This rapid is technically very demanding. He goes plowing straight over Sibonelo Zondi's boat as it drifts down the rapid. Now you can see Zondi has been separated by about 100 meters. Hank McGregor doesn't know that. He shoots the pump house weir, bounds out through the stopper wave, and heads downriver. He too will discover that Zondi is struggling. By this stage he will have recovered his boat, picked up his paddle, relieved to see that the boat wasn't wrapped on any of the rocks going through the pump house rapid. But he'll also know that a double world marathon champion is on his tail, and that's not a prospect he would relish, having gone through the adrenaline-sapping swim through the pump house rapid. Hank McGregor going through the rough water. This is more like surf ski paddling, going out through a big Addington surf than the Umgeni River. But on the outskirts of Durban, the race was well and truly on. Lance Kime gifted that lead, trying hard not to look over his shoulder as he slices past back markers into Blue Lagoon, knowing that he has an opportunity to become a 21-year-old winner of this race and get his name engraved on the trophy alongside some of his legends, and this unbelievable grandstand finish that's been created by the reversed order start. Lance Kime, the rock star, coming home to claim the title in 2013.
Putting in, I could see him, he was within sight, and I decided if I worked hard to the end, I might be within a chance of seeing him. And then just around the corner we had Pump House Weirs. As I came down, I saw Eric climbing in the, sort of swimming in the pool. Later in the rapid, I passed his boat. I think a heartbreaking swim for him. He had done all the work to win this race, but as we know, this race is an adventure and so much can happen, and we've seen it today. So yeah, I think very, very lucky for Eric to have had a mishap, and very sad for him, but I'm so chuffed to have been able to take the win.
Stage record and race record for the man. In second place, a man who's won here twice before, high-fiving people on the way in, Hank McGregor, popular runner-up for the race this year. And in third, a huge sympathetic round of applause for a man who's stolen the hearts of the spectators here, Sibonelo Zondi.
Where till I get to Pump House, where I had the bed, like I swim, I have a long swim. I nearly lost everything, my life, my boat, my pero, but I would like to thank Donaval for saving my boat at the pool of Pump House.
Is Eric still behind me?
Long, hard, we got lost. Oh, we wrapped that side shoot and then all downhill from there.
Yeah, no, it's just a matter of making it to the end, eh?
There's no oxygen up here. It's like Everest, you need a mask.
I haven't been over here for about 15 years. Oh, happier now that I'm at the top here. Yes.
Crap. Next time I go around and break the boats and get a lift to do.
Now let's go back to the women's race, and Robin Kime, with a huge lead in the bank, knows that she can afford to eliminate all the risks. She's portaging all the big stuff, and she's also opted to run over Burma Road. Not a great deal of urgency in this. It's a horrible, steep uphill climb. Fortunately, the weather's not too hot. The pressure from behind from Abby Adey is not really a factor unless she has an unforeseen disaster. Abby Adey opting to go through the big water around, clearly comfortable in it and enjoying the opportunity as well. Very competent rough water paddler, teammate of Robin Kimes, and somebody who put up a brave face in this race, but was certainly not up to matching Robin Kimes' combined running ability and confidence, particularly in the rough water. Abby Adey coasting home to a runners-up berth and a 1-2 for her team, which is certainly going to make them happy, but there was no way she was ever going to threaten Robin Kimes grabbing her 4th Dusi time.
It was just a matter of surviving and keeping it together. It's it should be a very easy thing to get through the day with a 15-minute lead, but you know that if you do something and mess up, it's going to be, first of all, very embarrassing and very disappointing. So I just took everything very conservatively. I went slowly and carefully through the rapids. I had a run over Burma Road and then I ran again around Pampa, so had no major risks to get day and just a slog into Durban at the end.
How was it? It was intense, huh? A lot of fun, but really, really intense.
We got involved with this at the beginning to be in here for 3 years, and it's just been such a fantastic brand building opportunity for us. I think on the whole it's been a fantastic brand building exercise for us.
So I think there's a great synergy going. I think the charity batch brought in quite a bit of money for the Unlimited Child, and the Unlimited believes in giving back to the community.
It's unbelievable. I still can't wrap my head around it. Just 120 Ks, not in a car. That's a big thing. It's an enormous thing, and I'm proud, and I fully understand the privilege.
Yeah, I'm quite keen to do it again next year and shoot some of the rapids we didn't shoot today. The one that we did shoot was 5 Fingers, and I said to Greg, my paddling partner, please, can we just do it again? Who knows when we'll be back on the river together? Just get out here, and we'll go run back up and do it again. And he was very tempted, and he's like, no, let's just finish the race, because you know what? Knowing our luck, we could break our boat doing it a second time.
Fantastic racing on a bakingly hot day in the valley here. Tomorrow, it's Dusi Bridge to Inanda Dam.
My partner has done, it's his 7th Dusi, so this man is making sure that I'm getting down the river safely.
Looking forward to Nkumeni and Hippo. Just heard that we can't do Tombi.
Fun to be with, a bit chirpy.
another fantastic Unlimited Dusi Canoe Marathon coming to an end here on Blue Lagoon in Durban. The winners are in, relaxed and smiling. Everyone who finished this incredible race can feel justifiably proud of their achievements once again. 62 years in the making, it just gets better and better. Until next year, goodbye.
The Unlimited Dusi was proudly brought to you by The Unlimited, your everything.